डेढ सारा गर्न सकिनँ नि मैले डेढ सारा गर्न सकिनँ
Samson Sola will join Sean Salia at the crease. The first slip remains in place. Rajbanchi's been untouchable so far. Just loses his grip on the ball this time. Quality spin that Samoa are being challenged with here is, well, certainly something that they won't have experienced too much on these kind of surfaces. And it's, well, as tall a task as you can imagine with over 40 spots separating these two sides in the ICC 20I rankings.
Oh, they've been by far miles apart from Samoa. Nepal have been incredible. Really, the most important factor is that with 5 fielders inside the circle, can one of the batters choose to play through the line or probably get a little aggressive?
Pranav, I know how deeply you care about cricket in Oman and the growth of it here and how much you support Oman. Even you would say, though, that Nepal the deserved champions. Is that a fair assessment?
Oh, certainly. They haven't lost a game. Figures and numbers speak volume. Oh, opportunity gone not begging.
Run out chance for Irie, but I don't think even the Tiger could turn it into what an athletic effort that was. We get a single. The first run's off Rajbanchi. Let's get another look here. Celia was always getting home. Live wire to watch the throw, even if it was a direct hit. I think Celia was well home. Changing the field now with the left-hander. This is a much bigger challenge for Rajbanchi to bowl over the wicket. He's got a lot of protection out in the deep backward square, deep mid-wicket, long on, all outs, and then Irie's hovering in at mid-wicket. And he's just asking long off to go back now too. He did have 5 up in the circle. Required run rate escalating out of control up towards 15 and over. End of the 8th, 33 for 3. Pranav, you think back to that Asian Games last year where Nepal set all those records against Mongolia, and there was a little bit of trolling, wasn't there, online in terms of from some of the Nepal fans getting stuck in about how bad Mongolia were, and it took the head coach at the time, Monty Desai, to come out. The Nepal team went in and visited the Mongolia side after and spoke to them and helped them, and then Monty Desai published quite an emotional piece about how 30 years ago Nepal were at the same stage where Mongolia were. They're just playing their first internationals, and for people not to belittle them or humiliate them. And I would expect there to be very warm feelings between the two teams at the end today. I'd call on fans as well to be generous towards Samoa, to remember that they're really taking their first steps in international cricket, whatever the result here. And their sort of World Cup final, if you will, was getting here to the Super 6. That's been a great achievement for them.
Oh, certainly. They'll be more than satisfied with their journey. It's baby steps that matters, the right direction, and that's what Samoa are taking at the moment. In all understanding, it has been a great journey for Samoa first to qualify to the Super 6s. Don't forget, they have outclassed one of the better sides, the favourites, to qualify for the Super 6s. It was Papua New Guinea that has been outclassed, and they were out of the tournament because of Samoa. So I think it's been a great journey, to sum it up.
Yeah, and even over and above that, Celia comes down the track. Just for them to qualify for this, that was a highly competitive EAP sub-regional qualifier A back in August 2024. The Cook Islands won the same number of games as them. Fiji won 3-2, and and the biggest was the highest ranked side in the competition. Vanuatu only won 1 from 6. They had a nightmare tournament there. So they qualified via net run rate. They had a much higher net run rate than the Cook Islands, despite losing to them. They actually lost to them twice. They beat everyone else then. So, you know, even getting here has been a big achievement. Lamachani is interested, but I think maybe a little bit of bat involved and a bit too high. And yes, right now Nepal are outclassing them, outskilling them, but we'd probably expect that. A lot to learn for Samoa from today.
Yes, they might be able to put up a fight against pace, but spin.
Double tap, guys.
Beautiful googly, but solid as well to keep his back foot down. Single, only the single from the 9th, 34 for 3.
Everybody double tap. Guys.
Here comes Dipender Singh Ari for his second over. Just wonder if he picks one up, will we get that trademark somersaults? He's only pulled it out twice in the tournament, both for the direct hit runouts. And he's promised us 6 on the bounce. No signs of one yet today. Pressure starting to mount. He's running out of time.
It's going to be very difficult tonight, rather this afternoon. You know why?
Samoa aren't running.
They aren't running. You don't run, you don't get run out. As simple as it gets.
In a funny way, one of his best potentials to get that 6th consecutive direct hit run out might be off his own bowling. So just keep your eyes here on the fact that there's nobody in the circle on the leg side. Irie in essence acts as a 12th fielder in some ways. Good hand, really good hand from Nandan Yadav. He's going to keep that to a dot ball. So if it's worked into the leg side, just watch Irie and no one else, because he will sprint after it like lightning. Oh, how's that missed? Probably just an inside edge that saves Salia, who's battling away out there.
Looking for a big heave across the line, probably a little bit of an inside edge, and that's what has allowed Sean Solia to still be in the middle. He's taken a lot of time.
They're kind of cruising through this game now, aren't they, Nepal? It's difficult when you know you're going to win. Is it fair to say they're just in second, third gear, going kind of not going through the motions, a bit more than that?
I think they're in gear at the moment. Second, third gear is too far away.
Oh, now that's going to help for Samoa. Sala gets that into the offside and will kiss the rope. It's a boundary which has been pretty rare in the chase, and it will get us to the drinks break. We'll take a break here in the commentary box with Nepal cantering towards what will be an inevitable 6th win. They'll stay unbeaten and head off to India and Sri Lanka in real style. Samoa, 41 for 3.
a very noisy afternoon here at the Oman Cricket Academy. Nepali fans have enjoyed themselves cheering the home side for one final time in this tournament. It is the ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and East Asia Pacific qualifier. It's been a long tournament, but the 21st game, the final game of this tournament, it is Nepal versus Samoa. And Samoa are chasing a massive 212 to win. They are not in the equation, just 41 for the loss of 3 at the halfway mark.
It's going to be Kushal Bertel who will come into the attack. He's immediately clubbed in the ground. And a misfield. Is it a misfield? No, it's going to be a couple of runs. I think Karen Casey. Oh, lovely to see. Immediate sign from Karen Casey. I'm sorry, that was a misfield. And he shouts to the umpire and signals for himself. Great honesty, great integrity, great spirit of cricket show.
I don't know if you recollect. It was probably Asif Sheikh who got the Spirit of Cricket Award, and that's the time when you and I were commentating.
Yeah, it was a great. Was that 2021?
Oh, I don't recollect the year, but that was the moment.
Yeah, it was a lovely special moment, wasn't it, where he refused to run out Ireland's Andy McBride. Here we go. You're going to see right down beneath us that it has kissed the rope. Because the umpire would have been unsighted, Casey easily could have said, well, no, it's 2. But he did the right thing. That's what the spirit of cricket is all about. Absolutely should play that way. Even if it costs his side 2 runs. Easier to do in a match like today, where really the game's only going one direction.
Oh, Nepal are dominating and dominating really well. The required run rate in excess of 15. Just trying to make something happen here. Never going to be easy against the quality spin attack of Nepal. First to find out which way is the ball turning and then to dominate the bowling. The quality bowling of Nepal. Never too easy for Samoa at the moment.
Tossed up that time. Yeah, for all Bertel's brilliance with the ball, I don't think he's been at his best in this tournament. It's a bit surprising because he's had such a good 18 months or so with the ball, taking wickets prolifically. But just a little bit off his lines and lengths here in Oman.
It's been a dominating affair for Nepal. Back of length and nudged around for a single. 6 runs, rather 7 runs from the over of Kushal Bertel. 48 for the loss of 3 at the end of the 11th over.
Murray to continue. You sense he fancies his chances, don't you, against Sean Salea, who, well, continues to limp his way through this innings, going at a run of ball, but just his running between the wickets, he's not moving fluently, so he's got a bit of a niggle as well. Credit to Samoa for seeing the tournament through. I know that might sound almost a bit flippant, but they literally are down to 12 fit players carrying 3 bad injuries. And look at Salea, there's going to be a reason, as you said, we're not going to see a 6th direct hit run out. They're barely running between the wickets unless it goes right to the very deep.
50 on the board for Samoa. That's happened for the loss of 3 wickets.
Just wonder if we can look at Salea's running a little bit. You can just see there, he's pulled up very limply, very tamely. He's battling through, he's gritting his teeth and trying to get through it, but he's struggling. He really is struggling.
Just one honest question that all the fans would have been asking about. How is Dipendra Singh Airy going to get a run out here?
Well, that's the question. I don't know how he's going to do it. If anyone can do it, he can. But I can't think of even half a risk they've taken in between the wickets yet. 50's come up in this over, we've missed that. Nepal are just cantering home here, cruising, aren't they? Oh, in the air. Now again, on a normal day, most sides would look for two there, but just be jogging the one. Samoa are going to limp out of this tournament without a win in the Super 6, as the score is 52 for 3. Pushed Japan really hard though, didn't they? Came so close in that game. Samanu Fatu Ti nearly was the hero.
Oh, they've done well. But they've done well in patches, and that is the reason they haven't got that ticket. But it's early days for Samoa at this level, and that's where they'll be mighty satisfied with their efforts here in Oman. It's been a long tournament for them. It's been a tough one. First to travel all the way to Oman, and then to put this kind of a performance day after day. It's been a short tournament in terms of days, but long tournament in terms of repetitive games.
Change of bowling for Nepal. Sandy Plamachani will come back in, replacing Bertel after just the one over. He's got so many options, Rohit Paudel. I wonder will he circle through all of them. Might just look to protect Gulshan Jha, who is going to potentially receive an award. Big appeal from Lamachani, given the googly, and he gets the decision going in his favour. Samson Sala's not too pleased about that. He was a long way forward. He's a big, tall man. And was this adjacent enough is the question.
Don't think that was going to be missing out on anything. The only question is, was the impact in line? Oh yes, it was. Probably a little bit of height and factor, but leaning forward, probably that would have clipped middle, top of middle.
Probably umpire's call on height you'd expect. I think that was the disappointment for Solly. Such a tall man, and it was up above the knee roll, but no doubt he didn't pick the googly, and it is Lamachani in on the act. He's into the wickets, and Nepal are just, well, really closing out this victory ever so comfortably. Sol's gone for 9, 52 for 4. Well, it's pretty bloodless, isn't it, or listless, this victory for Nepal. They're going to get home by, I would imagine, a winning margin of in and around 100, if not a bit more, unless Caleb Jasmat and Sean Salia can show their power, the two left-handers. But that matters not for them. They've had a good campaign. They've achieved one of their big goals by getting here and then getting to the Super 6. I think it would make for an interesting discussion, wouldn't it, with Taran Nethla, the head coach of Samoa. Jeet Ravel is with them too, the former Black Caps opening batter, who is still playing first-class cricket back in New Zealand. So he's come as the assistant coach on this trip. The 37-year-old who opened the batting in 24 test matches. As the Googlies beautifully bowled. Love this angle around the wickets. I'd be fascinated just to share a drink with them this evening and see how satisfied are they with the trip. Probably elated in some ways and disappointed in others.
Has to be content. He's going to be appealing, but don't really think that any of the Samoan batters want to get out of the crease.
So he is, well, because he's limping, he stayed very deep, and just as well, because I think Lamachani got a deflection off that. Very well struck by Caleb Jasmat, would have flown for 4.
On most days, 9 out of 10 times that was run out, 100% run out.
But again, he's not backing up, is he? Because he's really not moving fluently. That one's nicely played, but another top ball. Building up for what could be the second wicket maiden of the innings. First one went to second wicket maiden of.
They can get out in any fashion, it's not going to be run out. 4 wickets down, Samoa 52. In some ways, you certainly feel for Samoa with the kind of tournament that they have had.
Googly chipped down the ground. Oh, put down. It could have been a double wicket maiden. Instead, Jasmat has a life. It wasn't easy for Karen KC. And maybe just that little bit of lethargy aside. Kind of going through the motions, really. And, well, could this have been taken?
Oh, should have been taken. At this level, to the quality of Nepal, They've been one of those prolific fielding sides, and you want a catch like that to be taken by a team like Nepal. 13 overs done, 54 for the loss of 4.
हेलो साथीहरू, हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभीबाट हेरिदिनुहोस् न है। जुनसुकै ठाउँमा हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने पनि के भन्छन्, फेसबुकमा युट्युबमा हेर्ने साथीहरू वा अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरू प्लिज योनो टिभीबाट हेरिदिनुहोस् है। हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभी हो, ल सपोर्ट गरिदिनुहोस् है। ल सबैजनाले योनो टिभी सर्च गरेर आउनुहोस् अनि पहिलो वेबसाइटबाट हेर्नुहोस् है।
Driven back at Road Pedal, who brings himself into the attack. The captain. Well, Samoa look determined to bat the 20 overs, enjoy every ounce of this experience, and they'll probably do so. It's very difficult to judge Nepal on this final innings, and I don't think we'll dwell on it too much. I think we'll probably more dwell on the fact that they've remained undefeated. They've only remained undefeated by really dragging some of the opposition into the chaos, into the madness, into the cardiac kids or cardiac kings vibe, because, well, in the Japan game, Nepal were in all sorts of trouble. In the UAE game, it didn't look like they'd anywhere near enough. Somehow got over the line by 1 run. And then most so, in fact, in the Qatar match, you would have to say that Qatar deserved to win that game, having outplayed Nepal for the vast majority. But a Sandeep Lamachani inspired fight back, aided by some sensational fielding, not least Asif Sheikh's glove work from the very final delivery, somehow scraped them over the line in that. Stuart Law spoke about it after the qualification. The thing he's been most impressed with is their never say die, never give up, never give in attitude.
But in most ways, I still feel that it would still have been these 3 sides that would have qualified, because supposing if UAE would have won that game against Nepal, they would have been in a struggling situation for a moment, but then still at probably 4 points with that net run rate, things would have been in their favour. 57 for 4 at the end of the 14th over.
Yeah, we can play the game of what if you will. And the reality is, if all the results had gone the same, but Qatar had beaten Nepal by, let's just say, in the last over, ultimately Qatar would have got to 6 points, and they would have been tied with Oman and UAE, and presuming Nepal round out this victory over Samoa, Nepal would have ended on 8 rather than 10. So they would have pushed the other 3 big sides to the brink, and qualification would have gone all the way down to this final day, but it actually would have still been the same 3 qualifiers because of that net run rate.
Assuming if UAE would have beaten Nepal, and
no, we're just talking about that one result. Just saying, if Qatar beats Nepal, that was the one. I know it was a 1-run margin, the UAE game, but
even the Qatar Nepal, Qatar were in a brilliant situation,
the most dominant position of the entire tournament. That's what I mean. So if you just flip that result, just that one, still Qatar wouldn't have got home. They would have missed out on net run rate.
Yeah, probably.
Although, of course, you can say they would have played incredibly different in their remaining match, because they would have known they were introduced.
It's a game of ifs and buts, permutations and combinations, full toss. It's only going to be drilled down the ground for a single. Boundaries have completely dried up.
Yeah, all the competitive edge in this game is long but gone. There's a great saying, what is it? If ifs and buts were candy and nuts, life would be very different. That was a little leg break that time from Rajapanchi working through his allocation. But yeah, you can never predict what would have happened. All we know is we had 5 of the great games that I've ever seen in the associate T20I history, back to back to back to back to back here in Oman, and that shows how competitive this Super 6 was.
And those 2-3 days were absolutely action-packed thrillers.
It was chaos, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Complete chaos.
On the first day, I was commentating with Shoaib, and we had a one-sided game, and you and Paresh were doing the next 2 games. And I was talking to Shoaib, they had a great day. The very next day, we were doing 2 games. Oh my goodness gracious me! I was out of air in my lungs.
No,
every ball.
It felt like a washing machine. We kind of got thrown into the washing machine, and then it all just chaos ensued and inspired. This one is slog swept and much more like it from Salia. The first bit of joy in a long time for Samoa, who've just been, well, going through the motions a touch themselves. But Salia has got a maximum to get his strike rate above 100. I think it was again a leg break. I'm not sure Rajbanchi needs to be bowling them in full T20Is, and he's punished as such.
You can't be getting to the pitch of the ball to somebody like Sean Solia, one of the better players of Samoa. Will always donk you for a maximum, with spin not being in the equation. 15 overs done, 67 for 4. Samoa struggling here, but they would certainly want to finish with a little bit of pride. Probably if they get to 120.
Yeah, look, get up to 3 figures, get up to 100 plus, and find a way to take something from this contest. Look, the reality is that they've been beaten out of sight by a much more skillful team, but this is the result we expected, and you cannot help but think that they'll learn from today. They'll understand how difficult it is against top quality spin bowling, and they can absolutely hold their heads high. They put their bodies on the line for their nation. They're a very proud nation, and actually something you should keep your eye on, Pranav, at the end of this game. It'll be a lovely moment actually if we can get our camera crew to follow it as well. What they have done at the end of every match,
Lap of honour.
yeah, they've come up, it's only a handful, I think it's a half dozen or 10 fans or so that have come from Samoa. They come up to this grandstand and they get on one knee. They say a prayer of thanks, and they give thanks to the Almighty, thanks to their fans, and they have a little summary. That's going to be beautiful this evening, because it's the first time the grandstand's packed for that with all the Nepal fans, and I would expect them to get a great ovation despite defeat from Nepal, and that should be a beautiful moment of what our sport and bringing cultures and people and all kinds of different backgrounds together is all about and should be all about.
Oh, absolutely. That will be a moment of brilliance. Hit down the line.
Long on, great fielding. Jora has had a fantastic tournament in the deep. Really, really impressive. His run out in that game against UAE was incredibly skillful. It's kind of gone a bit overlooked because of the pyrotechnics of Irie. Great fielding again from Sundeep Jora.
Would love to have a few flourishes in the final overs.
We might get some. 16 bowled, it's 73 for 4. Look at the run worm there. Nepal flying ahead. Sandeep Lamachani will bowl his 4th over. 4 overs remain in the contest. As this one's worked in to the leg side, he really is limping heavily now, Salia. It will be, an act of great physical and mental fortitude to get through this innings unbroken. And I have to say, tip my hat to Sean Slee, deserve an unbeaten 50. Big swing and a miss. He's thrown the kitchen sink at that one, and he'll make no contact at all.
Never too easy to go after somebody like Sandeep Lamachani. 1 for 10 in his 3.2. Always plays the guessing game with the batter. With those variations, he has the flipper, he has the leg spinner, and most importantly, the googly. That was the leg spinner. Crushing on to the left-hander. Look at those fans. North of probably 500 fans, maybe 600, that have come to watch this game here at the Oman Cricket Academy.
He'd love another wicket or two, Lamachani, wouldn't he? He's working through the full repertoire to try and get that second wicket to his name. But we're into the last rights. Fittingly, the sun is heading towards the horizon. And the sun is setting on this event. Lamachani's going to cut a frustrated figure. He'd love 3 or 4 wickets to his name, but I don't think he's going to get them.
The last one has to be a leg spinner. He has to be targeting the stumps. Change of angles immediately. It has to be the leg spinner.
I think he's going to go the googly. Let's have a look. It is the googly. Beats the outside edge. I still think like a leg spinner, even though I haven't played much. I've been too busy in recent years. 17 have been bowled. It's 74 for 4. One-way traffic here in Muscat.
हेलो साथीहरु, अन्य वेबसाइट वा फेसबुकमा हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने हाम्रो मुख्य वेबसाइट योनो टिभीमा आएर सपोर्ट गरिदिनुस् न है। र सबैजनाले योनो टिभीबाट हेरेर सहयोग गरिदिनुस् है। अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरुले वा फेसबुकमा हेर्दै हुनुहुन्छ भने पनि गुगल क्रोममा गएर योनो टिभी सर्च गर्नुस् अनि हाम्रो वेबसाइटबाट हेरेर सपोर्ट गरिदिनुस् है साथीहरु। ल वेबसाइटमा फुल एचडी क्वालिटीमा मज्जाले हेर्न मिल्छ है। ल अन्य वेबसाइटमा हेर्ने साथीहरु प्लिज एकचोटी आइदिनुस् न यार, एकचोटी फुल एचडीमा हाम्रो वेबसाइटबाट हेरौँ न योनो टिभीबाट।
3 overs left. Salia and Jazmat, the 2 left-handers, haven't really been able to get anything going. Pranav, last couple of overs with you. Your thoughts on the tournament as a whole? Real hopes for these 3 associates heading into India and Sri Lanka next year?
Absolutely. It has been one of those testing competitions where not just your skill, not just your fitness, not just your mental strength, it is all aspects that have been tested. And these three sides that have qualified, Oman, UAE and Nepal, have stood tall on all categories, all criteria.
It feels to me as though that they'll have good success. Okay, they might not go on to win the tournament or get to the semi-finals, because that's pumped towards long on. Jordan takes the catch, and finally the Nepal fans have something to cheer. It's all been a bit too easy in the second innings, and they're dancing up there, loving every single second of it. This game's only heading in one direction, and it's a nice wicket for Rohit Patel.
Pulling a tight line is Nepal throughout this game, and Samoa have just not turned up to the quality of Nepal. That's the quality of Nepal. Spin playing a huge role. Just Pat, the captain of Samoa, being the latest victim, who's going to be walking back to the dugout. They've been incredible. Absolutely incredible throughout this tournament. They've fought hard. The character has been amazing. Great sportsmen.
Yeah, absolutely. And look, I would expect very warm greetings and feelings and tributes between the 2 sides at the end. I think both of these sides play in the right spirits, and I've really enjoyed watching Samoa in this tournament. I know they've been outclassed today. I know they've been beaten by a distance, but you think about all sides' early days in the international game. I think of the number of times that Ireland took hammerings throughout their journey to becoming a full member. It's all part of the process, all part of the journey, and they are ultimately just out of the reach of Rohit Patel. They're ultimately on a journey that's hoping to grow the game in East Asia Pacific and grow the game in the beautiful country of Samoa.
And not just Samoa, but this will be a big opportunity for all those Asia Pacific sides who would believe that if Samoa can do it, so can we. And that is where the rise and development of a lot of countries is going to be happening in the days and months and years to come.
Yeah, I fully agree. And look, I think it's about that belief for the region. They're a very sort of close-knit region in terms of, you think of Fiji and Samoa, Vanuatu from a cricketing context as well, not altogether too far away. And I just love the way in which they've gone about it, they've approached it. To the end of the 18th, just 2 overs remain. Samoa are going to come up short here in a big way, but ultimately they've been one of the great stories of the tournament, and I'd love to see Ross Taylor spend a bit of time now with the Nepal players. I've no doubt that he'll be keen to pass on his congratulations and his best wishes towards men from the Himalayas. As he comes, Detrak launches us into the sky. Long off, comes around and holds on to a great catch. And it's Sandeep Lamachane out there. Maybe not known for his fielding as much as his world-class bowling, but that's an excellent catch. Really well held out at long off, right above his head.
They've been incredible. They've been outstanding. Rarely they've dropped opportunities and missed opportunities. Nepal have been splendid in the field, and they're continuing to do that even towards the end of this tournament. Holds on to a good catch under pressure. Sandeep Lamachane. Sean Solia. 40 of 37 deliveries, 2 boundaries and 1 maximum. Has a slow walk back to the dugout. 6 down for Samoa for 79.
Burgess to the crease. He's in number 8. It's Ferretti Sulaloto who's alongside him. Bertel comes in to slip. I wonder who'll bowl the 20th and final. Might be Defender Singh Iri. Might be a nice way to give one of the player of the tournament contenders the ball for the last over. Nepal have walked home with a canter here, haven't they? They've been simply too good for Samoa.
Oh, they've been one of those aesthetic sides, and to win in this fashion, I think the management and the coaching staff will be mighty proud of the boys.
Oh, he's got to get going here, Burgess. Oh, Sandeep Lamachane. Well, big Burgess's body, it just looks like it's quitting on him. He can barely run between the wickets. He had to get moving. And imagine Lamachane had a direct hit run out to go with it.
Andrew, tell me one player from this entire side of Nepal that has stood out completely. Just one player.
I think I'm going to find it hard to split Dipender Singh and Gulshan Jha. I know Bertel and Sheikh have been the ones with the runs, Lamachane with the wickets. But those two all-rounders, their impact, when you talk about X Factor, talk about impacting wins for Nepal and making sure that they have stayed unbeaten. They've been the 2 match winners for me.
Just one.
Oh God, I can't split them.
Oh, you have to.
Who's your favourite child? I don't know. You can't pick it, can you? Not easy. There's Raj Banshi. Looks for a 4th. Not going to get it just yet. Probably Irie with the run-outs. I think fielding is so overlooked and criminally underrated.
I have to agree. Dipender Singh Irie has been splendid.
He's been freakish, isn't he? Being frank.
Even in terms of emotional, the kind of push or kind of inspiration that he provides to the entire Nepali side is incredible. 19 overs done, 80 for the loss of 6.
Yeah, just 6 balls left. Who's going to bowl the final over? Well, it's not going to be Dipender Singh Iri, I don't think. Looks like Karen KC might be given the honours. Where's Iri? He's hiding away somewhere in the deep. Will be Karen KC. Karen Casey to bowl the 20th and final, sliced away. Going to be 1 bounce. Poor old Burgess has got a stiff body out there.
Karan Casey bowling the final over for Nepal. Samoa 81 for 6. 1 for 12 in his 19 deliveries that Karan Casey has bowled. 131 runs required of 5 deliveries. That's the kind of effort Nepal have. Oh, what an incredible shot. Wonder where that has come from. Ferretti, Solyono, take a bow, dancing down the track, hitting it across the line.
Massive. An absolute monster. And we're going to have a lost ball. Get a look at this. Get a load of this. Oh, right out of the screws. Up towards the sunset. A beautiful picture being painted. And well, if there's one final image to take from this tournament, that might be it. They haven't had much joy today. That one's nearly gone onto the main road. That man just in front of his car was in trouble for a moment. Can he get another big one? Just 4 balls left. Oh, big swing and a miss this time, as Asif Sheikh's glove work continues to be good. He's been excellent throughout the tournament, and hopefully he hasn't done himself an injury. That would be the last thing that Stuart Law would want after what's been such a good tournament.
Ferretti Solyono was looking to go big once again. Probably the bounce not available to get underneath it. He's okay. Strong lad, Rahul Asher. He's got into the top 10 umpires to feature in a T20I.
Yeah, he's been impressive actually, and a big shout out. We need to give a shout out to our umpires, our match officials. Ken Tanham and Hamim Talwar, our 2 match referees, the team from ICC East Asia Pacific, all the team from Oman Cricket as well, our scorers, our volunteers, our liaison officers. It's been an excellently run tournament with a pretty tough schedule, a grueling schedule. Everyone's kept their humour, has kept their love of the sport, and I want to thank every single one of them who've been heavily involved. And lastly, and most importantly, our production crew have worked, well, ferocious hours through the heat, and they've brought you these pictures. As could be a run-out chance. KC, he hits. It's not Tapendra Singh Ari, it's the folk hero Karen KC, who will run Solyono out, and it will be a 7th wicket. It's going to be an exclamation mark on this victory for Nepal.
Every time there's a direct hit, 7 stones is the game that I talk about. Dipendra Singh Ari might have played a lot, but Karan Casey has also played the game of 7 stones.
And sadly for Irie, I think unless we see something crazy on the final ball, we're not going to see that record extended to 6 consecutive run-outs. From 6 games, you'll have to be satisfied with 5 from 5, but KC runs out. Solyono, he's gone for 7. It's 87 for 7. And for Samoa, it's going to be a heavy defeat for Nepal by the very barest of margins in this tournament. They've stayed perfect, being honest, throughout the games against Japan, against the UAE, against Qatar. I think for the majority of all 3 of those matches, they will have felt as though the first defeat was loading. But ultimately, as French comes to the crease, this is going to be the moment. They'll be on their feet across Nepal. It's the winning moment for Nepal, sealed with a top ball. Joyous scenes of celebration, both here in Muscat. The players go diving for a stump to bring home and mark the occasion. The fans are on their feet. They are banging and chanting and dancing. And right the way across the nation of Nepal, across the Himalayas, there will be jubilant scenes, because India, look out. The men, the rhinos, the cardiac kings, they're coming, and they will be one of the stories next year at that T20 World Cup. A special mention for Oman, who will finish 2nd, and also 2 for the UAE, who will take that 3rd and final qualification spot, and for Japan and Qatar and Samoa, who added so much to this Super 6. It's been a 10 days we will not forget. 21 matches. And ultimately, Nepal crowned the most worthy of champions as the sun sets here in Muscat. They win by 124 runs. They stay perfect. They're off to India.
What incredible visuals do we have here. Nepal will won this game by a massive margin of 124 runs. But most importantly, they'll be talking about
subscribe,
a little bit of a gully danda. I'm not sure whether you know about that game, but yes, enjoying themselves in the middle. It is the aesthetic Nepalese side that are dancing and celebrating in the middle. Why not? First, they've qualified to that big stage that is going to be hosted in India and Sri Lanka next year. 2, they won this game by a massive margin of 124-3. They've stayed unbeaten in this entire tournament, ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia and East Asia Pacific qualifier, which was hosted here at the Oman Cricket Academy, Oval 1 and Oval 2. And last but not the least, the most important, they've given a reason for all those fans that have joined in here at the Oman Cricket Academy to support their side, their home team. Yes, it is away from home, it is in Oman, but they're still here to support their side. And all of you who have joined in around the world to support the Nepalese side, it's been wonderful visuals. Watch out for this action of honor from the Samoan side that is always provided to the visitors here at the Oman Cricket Academy. A lot of fans have joined in in large numbers to support the Samoan side all the way across the globe here in Oman. One of the countries that is known for its hospitality, it's known for its tourism. But amongst all of that, sports is given utmost importance. Applauding the presence of all the fans. Probably one of those games where the Samoan players had played with the highest attendance, somewhere around 500 to 600 easily, probably north of 500, 600 people. That's the kind of attendance that has been here at the Oman Cricket Academy. And just watch out. Immediate applause to all those people who have come in to support Samoa, who have come in to support Nepal, who have come in to support Samoa. Kneeling down in respect, in appreciation, in support. These are great visuals. These are wonderful visuals. Request to all the crowd to just go a little silent as Samoa provide their share of respect in return to everybody who has made time to visit the Oman Cricket Academy to witness this wonderful game of cricket between Samoa and Nepal. Few words uttered. You're not able to hear those visuals, but these are wonderful visuals coming from the sideline in appreciation to all those fans. It's a great sight, it's a great visual. This needs to happen. Oh, it's an appreciation. Oh, these are wonderful visuals. Huge appreciation to the Samoan side. Love that enthusiasm, love that energy. It's been a long tournament for them. It's great visuals, fantastic visuals, unbelievable visuals. And then now we have the Nepalese side that will be joining in to celebrate and appreciate all those fans who found time, made way to come and cheer them, support them. It is home, away from home. Oh, they are enjoying the moment. Sompal, Karan Casey. Wonderful. Wonderful to see these cricketers enjoying themselves here in the heart of Muscat. It is the Wilayat of Amrad between the Al Hajar Mountains. And what wonderful visuals. These visuals are going to be viral all over the social media later today. A lap of honor from the Nepalese side, which has been unbeaten in this entire competition. 21 games, tiring, fatiguing 21 games. And Nepal have found a way to be unbeaten. They have qualified in style. They are going to be lifting the trophy in a little bit of time. But Nepal on the back of Dipendra Singh Ari, on the back of Sandeep Lamichhane, on the back of the captain Rohit Paudel. Arif Sheikh was ecstatic today. Gulshan Jah has been incredible with the bat later in the innings as well. Then when you talk about Kushal Mala, Karan Casey, the very experienced campaigner, they're still enjoying themselves in the middle. It's a young Nepalese side. The kind of energy that they bring in the ground is second to none. Brilliant fielding, great catching, and most importantly, those direct hits and run-outs have been unbelievable. Asif Sheikh, Kushal Burtel. Right then, Samoa coming in to chase 212 was never in the equation. 40 of 37 for Sean Solia. But apart from that, no major contributions. Only Ben Malaita managing to get to the double figures. And that is why they could only bundle up for 87 for the loss of 7. 2 extras, a very tight bowling effort from Nepal. And hence they won the game by a handsome margin of 124 runs. When you're talking about the bowling of Nepal, it is always expected to be outstanding. Lalit Narayan Rajbanshi, the pick of the bowlers in my opinion, 3 for 13. Yes, he's got a made into his name as well, and an economy of 3.5. Talking about economies, 2.25 for Sandeep Lamichhane. He's just conceded 10 runs in those 4 overs, and he's got a wicket to himself. A wicket apiece for Karan Casey and Rohit Kumar Paudel as well. And the economies just fantastic for everybody except Nandan Yadav, who conceded 9 runs in that 1 over. Nepal batting first. Scored 211 for the loss of 4. And that is where it was an impressive performance right at the top from Asif Sheikh. 69 of 41 deliveries. In the middle it was Dipendra Singh Airy, who was promoted to number 3. 53 of 33 for him. But towards the end it was Bum who destroyed the Samoan lineup with incredible striking. Points table, Nepal finishing first with 10 points. It's a perfect 10 points for Nepal. Oman finishing second. They just lost to Nepal, the only game that they have lost in this entire tournament, and they finishes at 8 points. And UAE, they've gone down in 2 games, finishing at 6 points. Qatar, Japan and Samoa not to the quality. And that's where Nepal, Oman and UAE have qualified for that big stage, the all-important ICC Men's T20 World Cup in India and Sri Lanka next year. The big ticket has been won by Nepal, Oman and UAE, and it's going to be celebration time in the middle. I'll take a break here in the comm box. On the other side, just after a small break, it's going to be Andrew Leonard with the post-match and final presentation.
tell me when, mate. Yeah. Yep, 5 seconds. Caleb, let's go. So hello and welcome to the post-match presentation for this, the final match, the 21st game of this ICC Men's T20 World Cup Asia, East Asia Pacific qualifier. I'm going to speak with both captains and we'll find out who the player of the match is, as Nepal have taken a 124-run victory and they're going to be crowned champions of this qualifier. Starting with the captain of Samoa, it's Caleb Jasmats. Caleb, commiserations, outclassed, no doubt about that, but how was that experience out there against Nepal?
Oh, cool. It's been an amazing experience throughout this whole tournament, and I'm just so incredibly proud of the way the boys fought throughout. And I know many of the guys out there today were nursing injuries, so yeah, look, it's a great experience for us that don't usually get this opportunity. And yeah, look, we hope we've just done our families and Samoa proud.
Sean Salia, he was really limping through that innings, but he showed great guts to make 40, and Samana Fatu Ti again put in a good performance with the ball.
Yeah, that's what I mean, right? It's just the heart that the boys show, the constant fight, and you know, that's all you ask for out there, is just everyone giving it their all. And yeah, just super proud of the efforts of everyone.
I have to ask you about that moment at the end. Was it a song of prayer that you were singing? It looked really emotional to me, and it looked as though the Nepal fans got right involved in it with you. Cricket, creating cultures, bringing them together, beautiful moments.
Oh yeah, look, it's a song of thanks, just thanks to our supporters and obviously to the Nepal supporters as well. They've been here in large numbers and voice as well. I think it's probably the first time they're getting close to rivaling the voice of the Samoans. You know, what we lack in numbers, we make up for in noise, so it's awesome.
Mate, we've loved having you here. I know you're going to come back stronger, but you've had a great tournament through to the Super Six. We'll see you again in the next one.
Cheers, thank you, have a good one.
Okay, that's Caleb Jasmat, the captain of Samoa. Time now to speak to the captain of Nepal. It's Rohit Pedal. Rohit, congratulations. You've done it. You've somehow got through this qualifier unbeaten. It didn't look likely for large parts of it, but today was a really easy game, and it must have been a very enjoyable one.
Yeah, last two games have been easy for us, and there have been no heart attack now. for last two, but yeah, we started with a little bit of hiccups here and there with both bat and ball. I will not say with ball, because we come back really strong with the ball in the start of the tournament, and we fielded really well throughout the tournament. So overall, a good series for us.
How stressful and emotional have parts of this tournament been, and indeed the series against the West Indies? It's been a huge few weeks for you and your team. How proud of your boys are you?
Yeah, absolutely. A lot of stress for last 15 days, and I'm very proud of the unit, the way everyone has stepped up in different matches. So really proud of the boys.
What about your standout performers? He didn't bat or bowl today, did Gulshan Jha, but he has to be one of the standouts. Dipender Singh Ari, your two boys at the top, and then Sandeep Lamachani with the ball too.
Yeah, absolutely. Gulshan has given that momentum to us, especially in the first 2, 3, 4 games. He has given that momentum to us. So he's a standard performer for us in this series. And Dipida has given us that momentum through his runouts and with his bowling, with his fielding. So overall, good package with Dipida. And then coming back to Sandy Rai, he has bowled brilliantly the game against Qatar and all the games in the series. And not to miss out, Kusal Burtel, he has batted really well throughout the series, and then Asif also. So I think overall, Somda has also given crucial wickets to us. So I cannot miss anyone, Nandan Dai, everyone. I want to name each and every one of them. So overall, a great team performance.
I remember when you qualified for the Asia Cup for the first time, I asked you a question about Babar Azam and Virat Kohli. What about this World Cup? Is it a case of Mitchell Marsh or Kumar Yadav, Harry Brook? Who is it that you're hoping to play against, and where are you hoping to go?
Yeah, absolutely. We're playing in India, so we love to play against India and Australia. Some of the big teams right now in the world. England is also doing great. So I think overall, if we get an opportunity to play in India against India, it would be great for all of our Nepali fans. And I think this series has been great, and big thanks to Coach Stewart and the way he has led the team. He has given us the freedom. He has backed us, all of us. So a big thanks to him. Our biggest thanks to Gandai, the way he has mentored us, and Nick and Dane, everyone has supported really well. Our trainer, our physio, Ramandai, everyone has chipped in really well. So biggest thanks to each and every one of them.
Final question. I can't help but ask about these fans. They have been sensational, not just a 12th player in name, but they literally dragged you over the line in a couple of those close contests.
Yeah, absolutely. Today was not that important game, but still they came and supported us in large number. In the first 3-4 games, they have been that motivation for us. Whenever our team was down, they pumped us up with their support, and that gave the more extra motivation to us, which was required at that moment of time. So biggest thank to them, and we as a team are very grateful to them. We are coming to India, and they are also coming to India. Let's go India and play some good cricket and make Nepal proud.
I think half of Nepal is going to India next year. There's no doubt about that. You're going to have to wait to get your hands on the trophy. Congratulations, unbeaten champions.
Thank you so much.
Okay, Rohit Patel, the captain of Nepal. Time now for the Player of the Match award. We would like to ask Mr. Chatur Bahadur Chand, who is the president of the Cricket Association of Nepal, to come up, please, to present the award. He's got the Player of the Match. Chatur, congratulations to you and your team, to Paris Kadka, to Binod, and everyone involved. An amazing achievement for Nepal to be unbeaten. Plenty of good performances today. Dipender Singh Ari's 50, very much worth a mention, as indeed was Lalit Rajbanshi's bowling. But the Player of the Match, he's quietly had a very good tournament himself. He scored a career best 69 on 41 deliveries. The Player of the Match, 7 fours, 4 sixes, Asif Sheikh. So Asif's going to receive his award from Mr. Chatur Bahadur Chand, the president of the Cricket Association of Nepal, who looks resplendent in his Dhaka topi. And we'll have a quick chat with Asif before we wrap things up for the broadcast here. Jai Nepal continues to ring out with the fans. Thank you, Chatur, sir, and thank you, Asif, indeed. Best of luck now in India. Asif, just a quick chat, because we've got trophies and all sorts to give out. Second Player of the Match award for you. How does that feel?
It feels great to be on a winning side, to win the trophy, win the championship. It's a really great feeling for me.
Your teammates have been brilliant with, you've really been kind of relying upon Kushal Patel. He's had a great tournament too.
Yeah, I think he has a really great tournament because everybody has stepped up in different matches. So that's a great team effort collectively. So we have done really well throughout this tournament.
What about your bowlers? Sandeep Lamachani, I didn't get to speak to you since that stumping you took down the leg side. That must have been a premeditated plan. That might have been the difference between winning this tournament and maybe not even qualifying.
No, I think so, because as soon as he said like he's going to bowl the quick on, I was ready for the leg side. I thought he might gonna bowl leg side, so I was ready for it.
Is that the best stumping you've taken in your career?
I hope so.
Final question, having your brother with you in the 11 today, the family back in Birgunj, what's it going to mean off to the World Cup, probably in India? Stuff of dreams?
I mean, yeah, they're really proud seeing both of us playing for the national team, and hopefully in the World Cup we are going to take them to watch some matches live in the ground.
I think they will come and they will be ever so proud, as they always are, of you and your brother. Congratulations, Player of the Match.
Thank you so much, Josh. Thank you.
Okay, that is Asif Sheikh. It's going to wrap up our coverage. It's been fast, it's been furious, it's been really emotional too here in Muscat. For me, Andrew Leonard, for all of the production team, for everyone from Oman Cricket, we want to pay a big thanks to them, but also my co-commentators, for Paresh Lahani, for Pranav Mehta, for Shoaib Ahmed as well. Everyone who's contributed so much to these 21 games. We know our 3 qualifiers, numbers 18, 19 and 20 in the hat. We're going to wrap up our coverage with that one message. It's off to India and Sri Lanka, and it's bye for now.